Good morning, my dear students. This is Z Radio of DepEd Davao de Oro. Welcome to our English 10 class. I am your teacher, Maria Evelyn C. Tanutan of Mabini National High School. How are you today? I hope you are all fine. How's your life this time? Are you done answering all your modules? Just continue being diligent in answering all of them because you will harvest the fruits of your sacrifices despite all the difficulty you are facing this time. Can you still remember the things you learned last time? What spoken text did you develop? Were your family members happy and rated you excellently in your performance? Okay, that's great. Before we proceed to our new lesson for today, these are the learning objectives. Determine the significant effect of textual aids in understanding a text. Familiarize the different types of textual aids. Use appropriate textual aids in understanding the texts. This time, check first your prior knowledge about textual aids. Let's try. Let's call it, guess it, and win it. Use your activity notebook for your answer. Are you ready? Number 1, blank is a textual aid that can show the central thought with its matching characteristics. Number 1, blank is a textual aid that can show the central thought with its matching characteristics. This is actually helpful and excellent for brainstorming, refreshing prior knowledge, and or generating alternative expressions. A. Concept map. B. Sequence chart or flow diagram. C. Cause and effect diagram. D. Compare and contrast or Venn diagram. Good job! The correct answer is letter A, concept map. Number 2, blank is a sequence chart that shows series of events in order. A, concept map. B, sequence chart or flow chart. C, cause and effect diagram. D, compare and contrast or Venn diagram. Absolutely. The correct answer is letter B, sequence chart or flow chart. Number 3, this is used to identify, classify, categorize, and recognize similarities and differences of two or more subjects, ideas, thoughts, or concepts. A. Concept map. B. Sequence chart or flow diagram. C. Cause and effect diagram. D. Compare and contrast or Venn diagram. Amazing! The correct answer is letter D, compare and contrast or Venn diagram. Number 4, this is a visual display that has key content information and provides learners with structure for abstract concepts. A. Graphic organizer. B. Sequence chart or flow diagram. C. Cause and effect diagram. And D, compare and contrast or Venn diagram. Great! The correct answer is letter A, graphic organizer. Number 5. This diagram emphasizes the connection between different concepts and can be applied to all subjects. A, concept map. B, sequence chart or flow diagram. C, cause and effect diagram. D, compare and contrast or Venn diagram. Perfect! The correct answer is letter C, cause and effect diagram. This time, I will be showing you important details about COVID-19 presented in the paragraph and in graphic organizer. Here are the details presented in paragraph. Here are the details presented in graphic organizer, which is easily understood. The information presented in paragraphs or those presented in the graphic organizer. Absolutely! Graphic organizers lead you to better understanding of the content, ideas, and message of any topic.
The Radyo Z-eskwela program of the Division of Davao de Oro is being brought to you by Nueda Builders Construction and Supply Incorporated, Maverick Builders Incorporated, Mitch Construction and Supply, Archicons Architectural Construction and Supply, DB Construction and Supply, Hanaway Builders Corporation, Phoenix Corvada Tagum Gasoline Station, Master Construction and Supplies, Mackenzie Builders, GP&H Construction Incorporated, Metro Gear Construction Corporation, NEN Builders and Development Services Corporation, Max Mays Enterprises Incorporated, We Inc. Construction Company, Rangay Construction and Supply, East Sussex Enterprise, WM Construction, Councilor Boogie and Miss Marjorie Vertodazo, Icon Builders and Supply, and Apex Mining Company Incorporated.
We're back! You're still listening to Z Radio 88.5 FM. What do you call the diagrams, organizers, and maps? Exactly! They are called textual aids. Textual aids are tools or materials that provide support and facilitate understanding of texts. These aids are most of the time graphical outlines or images that give a general idea of a certain topic. Teachers, as well as students, often use textual aids like graphic organizers to illustrate complicated concepts for the purpose of understanding, while students use excellent tools to organize their thoughts, especially in writing. Here are the commonly used textual aids. First, concept map. As the term main idea and details suggests, such kind of graphic organizer is often a great tool for brainstorming and divergent thinking. To create one, either with hand-drawn tools or digital software, you need to draw a shape in the center, then draw divergent lines with shapes where you can put the secondary ideas. Here's an example of concept map. Second, compare and contrast organizers or Venn diagram. If you need to compare or contrast three objects, processes, or events, consider using compare and contrast organizers such as a Venn diagram. There are sections of the organizer in which only two circles are overlapping. And there is one section in which all three circles overlap. This last section would include any information that is true for all two headings. Here's an example of Venn diagram or compare and contrast organizer. Third, sequence chart. Sequence refers to a set of events, actions, numbers, etc., which have a particular order and which lead to a particular result. This graphic organizer looks like several boxes connected by arrows. A sequence chart organizer shows a series of steps or events in the order in which they take place. This graphic organizer is perfect for writing or reading a short story, understanding the flow of a series of historical events, or understanding how flashbacks fit into a novel. Here's an example of sequence chart. Lastly, cause and effect diagram. It is a visual representation of the factors that might contribute to an observed effect or phenomenon that is being examined. The interrelationships among the possible causal factors are clearly shown. This diagram highlights the direct relationship between different events or concepts. Here's an example of cause and effect diagram. To wrap things up, let us remember that textual aids are tools or materials that provide support and facilitate understanding of texts. These aids are most of the time graphical outlines or images that give a general idea of a certain topic. Textual aids, such as graphic organizers, show the relationship between and among ideas. Commonly used graphic organizers are concept map, cause-effect diagram, compare-contrast diagram, or Venn diagram, and sequence chart.
The Radyo Z-eskwela program of the Division of Davao de Oro is being brought to you by Nueda Builders Construction and Supply Incorporated, Maverick Builders Incorporated, Mitch Construction and Supply, Archicons Architectural Construction and Supply, DB Construction and Supply, Hanaway Builders Corporation, Phoenix Corvada Tagum Gasoline Station, Master Construction and Supplies, Mackenzie Builders, GP&H Construction Incorporated, Metro Gear Construction Corporation, NEN Builders and Development Services Corporation, Max Mays Enterprises Incorporated, We Inc. Construction Company, Rangay Construction and Supply, East Sussex Enterprise, WM Construction, Councilor Boogie and Miss Marjorie Vertodazo, Icon Builders and Supply, and Apex Mining Company Incorporated.
We're back! You're still with me here on Radio Z-eskwela 88.5 FM. This time, let us practice what you have learned today. Are you ready? Great! Open your module on page 11. Read and analyze the text. How to save a PowerPoint as a Mobified or MP4. After analyzing the text, follow the sequence of events and complete the graphic organizer. Use this sequence chart to complete the graphic organizer. You will be given enough time to finish your activity. you done with the activity? Amazing! It is great to know that you finished your task on time. Let us answer your activity. Here's the sequence: how to save a PowerPoint as a Mobified or MP4. First, open a PowerPoint file to export. Second, open the file format list and select the video format that you want, either MP4 or MOV. Third, select the video quality. Fourth, check the use, recorded timings, and narrations acts. And fifth, choose export and save a file. Take note, answers may be stated differently, but make sure similar in thought or idea. Did you get the correct answer? Perfect! Well done, students. Now, let us spot the differences and similarities. Read and analyze the text. After analyzing the text, get the information of the text and complete the graphic organizer. There were grade 10 twin brothers, Coco and Natoy. We expect them to be similar, but they are actually different in some ways. Here are random lists of information gathered about them. Coco has brown, curly hair and brown eyes. He is tall, dark, and slim. He likes to read fiction and runs 2 miles daily. He works as a computer assistant for 4 hours after class and is also an honor student. On the other hand, Natoy has brown eyes and brown hair. He is tall, dark, and slim, and likes to read comic. He hates exercise and often plays Mobile Legends for 3 hours after class. He is an average learner. Use this Venn diagram to complete the graphic organizer. You will be given enough time to finish your activity. Are you done with the Venn diagram? Amazing! You have just finished your task on time. Let us answer your activity. Here are the similarities and differences between Coco and Natoy. Coco has curly hair and likes to read fiction. He runs 2 miles a day. He works as a computer assistant for 4 hours after class and is an honor student. On the other hand, Natoy has a brown hair. He likes to read comic and hates exercise. He plays Mobile Legends for 3 hours after class and is an average learner. Coco and Natoy are similar in terms of their brown eyes and their characteristics as tall, dark, and slim. Take note, answers may be stated differently, but make sure similar in thought or idea. That ends our discussion today. I hope, despite the difficulty in understanding these textual aids, you are learning something. This is your English 10 teacher, Maria Evelyn C. Tanutan, saying, take care because God cares. This is Z-Radio 88.5 FM. Siguradong lingaw, siguradong kuyaw. God bless everyone. Bye-bye.
Radyo Z-eskwela Executive Committee. The Schools Division Superintendent, Eufemia T. Gamutin, Seso 5. Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Romel R. Handayan. OIC Curriculum Implementation Division Chief, Karina S. Frasco. School Governance and Operations Division Chief, Dr. Ruben J. Riponte. Members: Cecilia Morales, Dr. Hilda A. Opeña, Dr. Arlene B. Lim, Dr. Eldecris B. Calzadora, Dr. Dexter A. Siquinia, Nohara O. Pinute, Noemi P. Canales, Dr. Grace D. Pontillas, Virgilito C. Pabrices, Juanito Lapiceros, Engineer Norberto S. Manlangi, Jomar M. Dumupoy, Bob Dalan S. Milabat, Medard T. Ampit, and Paz Eugenia Villusino. Technical Working Committee, Productions and Communications, Lorely E. Quijano, Given G. Hinampas, Judyland T. Yu, Donna D. T. Bolifer, Mary Rose N. Resma, Riwen Manuel, Irene Lea C. Manguhon, and Bessie Aya N. Banias. Social Media and Packaging Team, Christian Anhara L. Martesio, William R. Ranara, Joan T. Iscoton, Roberto S. Acusar Jr., May B. Istaniol, Richard H. Arellano, Glee L. S. Blanco, Ralph A. Tabanyag, Angelo Gutierrez Jr., and Jade Karen Araiz.